Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin is boarding the rocket ship to the moon, but perhaps you should wait up a second before you get on, okay? I understand everyone's getting very, very excited right now. It's the first sign of life we've seen on Bitcoin for 7 months. And look, it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise at all. And if you've been following this YouTube channel, you shouldn't see it as a surprise. Ever since around here, okay, around mid-September, we saw Bitcoin was doing good things. It formed an upwards trend. Higher lows in the price chart, higher highs in the price chart, continuing those higher highs. Over the last couple of weeks, a lot of people were getting very nervous because Bitcoin was testing the center line of its channel formation right there. On not one, but two separate occasions, we remained calm and collected. We understand it was perfect price action. If you go back in my YouTube videos over the last 3 weeks specifically, you will see there's multiple occurrences where I've literally said, this is a perfect correction right here. Perfect correction was the words I used in the title. And it was, and there's a reason for that. We've come upwards, we've broken above a W formation, broken the neckline, we're skyrocketing. Within the last 4 hours on Bitcoin, literally actually within the last hour, we're upwards about 2,500. And most importantly, what we're doing right now is we're coming upwards on Bitcoin. And this is probably the most important thing we've seen in a long time, maybe months, right? Maybe since July. We've come up and we've tested for the first time in months, the top of the channel formation, the same channel formation that is basically underpinning the entire macro structure for Bitcoin right now. The same channel formation that has been the chains through which Bitcoin has been unable to break through, the chains through which have kept Bitcoin down in this oppressive consolidation region that has sent many people into insanity or more likely boredom. But as we approach this critical level, as we approach this resistance, it's very, very important that you do not jump the gun. Do not get ahead of yourself. I understand people are getting very excited right now. Do not be a fool, okay? It's foolishness that has led to people getting wrecked within this price range, right? Do not continue that trend. Make the right decisions at the right time. And right now, we are testing this resistance. It's great to see everything looks good, but it's not quite the right time to make a big decision yet. And I'm going to tell you exactly why, while remaining macro bullish. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into it, if you appreciate the content, if you want a good exchange, which you will need if you're going to trade this bull market, you want to get on the Bitcoin exchange, okay? We're talking very low trading fees to begin with, as well as a 15% further trading fee discount with my referral link down below on every single buy and sell you make. It's global non-KYC. There's no restrictions regardless of where you are located. Okay, it's never been hacked before. It's got reserves information released, hundreds of trading pairs. Everything you need is on this exchange. Sign up with my link down below. Get that 15% trading fee discount. Get that $5,500 in trading rewards for signing up with my links down below. Let's get into the content. Now, believe it or not, I know I've hyped up this video a lot in the introduction. It's really incredibly simple. Very, very simple. Macro consolidation range is this channel formation. The channel formation is comprised of 3 levels: resistance, support, and the center line. The center line has been flipped for support, as well as the bull market support band, a very important macro indicator for Bitcoin, which bolstered the center line, held on 3 consecutive weekly candle closes. We said that needed to happen in order for this move to take place. It happened, and now the move has taken place. But the critical thing here is we're focusing on the macro range. If we're focusing on the macro range, we're focusing on macro decisions, and you cannot make macro decisions without macro validations, okay? What we've seen here for the last 7 months is 7 months of pain and suffering for a lot of people in this market, okay? And the reason they've been seeing pain and suffering, the reason they've been kicking themselves in the back is because they bought too early, all right? They were buying throughout this entire range. On every single move upwards they bought, only to get rejected downwards, holding for 7 months, especially on altcoins. Altcoins have been obliterated throughout this consolidation. Bitcoin's done okay, but altcoins have been obliterated. That's what happens when you buy too early. You end up holding bags for long periods of time for no justifiable reason, locking up your money, locking up the thing that makes you more money, which is your capital, okay, into trades that are going nowhere. The only way you don't run into those scenarios, and the only way you run into a scenario where you're not taking excessive risk, is through seeking macro confirmation. So we have a macro consolidation structure. The macro confirmation comes when it breaks to the upside. So only then, in my view, would you be rushing into new positions, provided you don't have them already. This is true for Bitcoin, but it's even more true on altcoins, and we'll discuss that more later on in this video. There's a couple problems here for Bitcoin. I mean, everything looks great, but there's a couple problems. First and foremost, you know, we've just come upwards. I mean, it's brand new. We talk about the daily chart. We talk about the 4-hourly chart. I mean, it's fresh. It's completely fresh. In the last hour, we've come upwards and tested the top of the channel formation. And it looks like that's exactly where the resistance is. But it's important to note, it's not really an exact level. Okay, so it's not like if we get over this exact level, we break the channel. It's more of a vague level. When you have a level that's been a structure that's been, in consolidation for 7 months, it's been building up for 7 months. There's no exact dollar price point where you break above it and then the structure's broken. It doesn't really work like that, okay? 7 months of consolidation within a structure, there's no exact price point. It's a vague level. So here's what I suggest. Instead of rushing in on what you think might be a breakout, you wait for actual confirmation of that breakout. And where would that be? Well, in my view, we look at the price action right now. We think that, okay, maybe the structure, the resistance zone is at around 67.9 thousand. Maybe that's the level that is the breakout point. But we can also take into account, we should be taking into account this fake out that occurred here. If we redraw the channel to line up with that fake out, all of a sudden the breakout point comes up to around 69,000. And if we look at where the 2021 all-time high was, guess where it was? It was exactly pretty much 69,000. So a lot of people will be getting very excited, perhaps a little bit too soon. If we start getting to 68K, they might think we've broken out. But in reality, the structure could be following the point that a lot of people are assuming is a fake out, which was back here in June. And the breakout point could actually be 69,000. On top of all of this, we've seen fake outs below and above this channel before. We can see it again. So any particular inter-daily candle that we see above the channel or below the channel, like we saw over here, like we saw over here, multiple times now, could very well just be a fake out. So if you're talking about a macro decision, it just goes back to what I said before. It's a very simple point. And a lot of people who watch this channel very often, perhaps they watch it daily, they'll be very bored of me saying this by now. Macro decisions require macro confirmations. There's no way you're going to get a macro confirmation if you're barely above where the resistance is, or if you haven't seen the adequate amount of time spent above resistance, right? You just need the extra little bit of data, the extra little bit of evidence. That's when you can be confident. If we're sitting here at 68,000, 0.2% above where you think the critical breakout point is, that very well could just be a fake out. And you could very well get trapped if you make major buys there, because the price could roll over again, just like it rolled up over here, just like we saw a fake out here, just like we dipped downwards. It was a massive fake out, happened 3 separate times actually, and then the price returned back to the upside. It could happen, except in reverse. But there's nothing stopping that from occurring, especially considering, unfortunately, there are still threats going on here. The DXY is not breaking down yet. The DXY is on major support. That's very bad for Bitcoin. Hasn't seen a breakdown. There's no traditional market confirmation at the moment. Yes, unemployment is starting to look good, right? The last 3 months of unemployment data has been downwards. That's good to see. But we have unemployment data coming out tomorrow. And if that looks bad, if that spikes to the upside, guess what? This move is going to roll over, just like the last one did. So, I'm sitting here and I'm saying, this is great. This is great news. Everything looks good. I expected this to happen on this YouTube channel. Very clear flips to support here. Very clear double bottom. We're up here. We're seeing strength. It's great to see. But no matter what happens in the next couple of days, you really shouldn't, in my view, be making any major decisions until we get that full confirmation. And that's for Bitcoin, let alone altcoins. I mean, altcoins, in my view, are still completely untouchable. I don't know why anyone would be touching them right now. Except for very niche circumstances with very niche specific coins. If we're talking generally speaking, there's just no reason. I mean, Bitcoin dominance is still in a vicious upwards trend. I mean, it's breaking its highs that it hasn't broken since back here in 2021. This is still very clearly a Bitcoin dominated market. The same thing can be said with the Ethereum BTC chart. It's not quite breaking upwards yet. It's actually stagnating as Bitcoin skyrockets to the upside. It's up to 3,000 USD in the last 2 hours. Ethereum BTC is stagnant. So, the altcoin market and even Ethereum are not showing massive strength in comparison to Bitcoin right now. This is not really a time to be dumping your money into micro caps or small caps or even mid caps, really at all. It's a time to be waiting patiently, observing from the sidelines, and being cautiously optimistic. That's the name of the game right now. Things are looking good here. Bitcoin looks great. It's just come up and tested the resistance zone for the first time in months on end. But it's not really the time to be jumping the gun. It's not really the time to be, getting ahead of your horses. What's that saying? I can't remember it. You should be holding your horses, I believe is the saying. But it's great to see. I believe personally a lot will rely on the unemployment claims to come out tomorrow. I think that's going to be big. Core retail as well coming out. Retail sales coming out month on month. These are big events. I recommend you use this website, by the way. The Forex Factory calendar gives you the expectations, the forecast, the timing of the events. It keeps you up to date with what's going on in the market, and it stops you from making decisions preemptively. Would it surprise me if Bitcoin corrects here? Not at all. And some of the key levels we look to hold in that correction are 65k. Another key level would be the neckline of the W formation we formed at around 63.8k. For me personally, I see Bitcoin looking very, very good anywhere above the center line of a channel. Anywhere above something like 60,000 to me is great price action for Bitcoin, as long as we have weekly candle closes consecutively above the bull market support band and shorter time frame above 60,000. To me, Bitcoin looks great right now. There's really no downside, immediate downside risk, I should say. As long as we hold those levels, the bull market support band and the center line, we're looking good. It's all focus on the resistance at this point. And, you know, again, I'll say it one more time. I've said it so many times already. Don't get ahead of yourself. The breakout has not occurred yet. We're doing the same thing we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. This is the 6th time we've tested resistance. Will it break this time? I think it's likely. Yes, I'm macro bullish. I think it is likely, but it's not certain. And if you run in and you jump the gun and you think it's certain, you could very well end up just like what happened to everyone on the last 5 occasions, wrecked, especially when it comes to altcoins. So with that said, I know that was a bit of a, it was a bit fast-paced today. It was a bit of a rant, really. I'm just trying to get the content out because the price is moving very quickly. I don't want to waste time. I hope you guys found it useful regardless. Apologies for that fast-paced kind of analysis there with a little bit informal today as well. I apologize for that. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, if you found it useful, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Click the notification bell to get updated. I'll update you all tomorrow after those releases. Retail sales and unemployment claims, they're going to have big effects in the market. So we'll see what happens there tomorrow. But again, check out the Bitcoin exchange, 15% trading fee discount with my link down below, as well as that $5,500 bonus with that link down below. Takes 30 seconds to sign up from anywhere in the world, global non-KYC. Get on a good exchange, get on that exchange with my links, and then go ahead if you want to. Of course, you don't have to. Go ahead and check out the VIP group on Telegram. If you want to get altcoin trading signals, again, you don't have to, but if you want to, 4 times a week, I post them on Telegram. I give you my entry zones. I give you my stop loss zones. I give you my targets, okay, in video format, 4 times a week. These trading signals I've been posting for over 2 years now, close to 2.5 years, and they have a 78% win rate. That's very, very good for 2 years of constant trading there. If you want to get access to those signals, you can do so on Telegram down below. And the last thing I'll mention to you guys is the Become a Trader 10-unit course. If you want to learn how to trade, okay, we have a course here. It's on sale for a limited time. I developed it with my friend and co-analyst Megawell Crypto. He's got a YouTube channel as well. You can check him out. We made this course in 2022. It's been going very well. We have over 200 students, 200 people who have purchased this course. We have not heard many complaints at all. Vast majority of people find this course extremely useful. And you'll see that occasionally in the comment section. You'll see that occasionally in VIP group, people praising the course. It's very useful, guys. We've made it. We analyze other courses in the market. 30 hours of content here. It's not just a 3-hour video. It's 30 hours of content, worksheets, slideshows, videos, tutorials, everything you need. It's all in there. On sale for a limited time. Check it out. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you tomorrow.